Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. We've got a special unboxing, something coming in from Blade HQ. Let's take a look. Alright, today we're opening up with my Shaman LMAX with the Rockscale Design titanium scales and the OCD for EDC, CME, which is compression made easy, and my Lynch Northwest deep pocket carry clip from Lynch Northwest as well. Alright, so let's get into this. This is the Blade Ops exclusive Shaman here with the LMAX blade steel. Oh boy, is this smooth. Alright, what do we have here? Okay, interesting. And we've got nano sharp. Okay, interesting. We'll take a look at that. Alright, so we have here a Spyderco. So let's see what this is. Shaman. Okay. What is this? Oh, do you see what this is? All right, so if you didn't know, this is the purchase of a limited edition exclusive, right? And this is a distribution, JB Outdoorsman distribution exclusive. It is the Bowler Udolum M390 particle metallurgy. So this is M390. It's kind of like equivalent to 20 CV. Definitely has the DLC, right? This did say DLC. I forgot to read that. Sorry. Yeah, DLC, diamond light carbon coating. So that it will be nice. All right, so here we go. We got the kind of a red burgundy micarta. This feels like canvas micarta. Actually, pretty nice. Actually, it feels pretty good. It's rather impressive. There you got the typical clip. Let's see. All right, there we go. M390. Nice. Oh, okay. Definitely pretty comfortable. Nice. Rather impressive. There's no sharp spots. They did a really nice job on the scales on this one. I've had some scales and they've been not super great. These are pretty good. All right. A little loose. We can fix that. We can tighten that. How are we? Pretty dead centered. How are we on the edge? Pretty nice and sharp. Here's that nice DLC M390 blade steel. You can see that. All right. Made in Golden, Colorado. So USA made. And here's the scale. And there's the typical clip, which I'm not a big fan of. Definitely might want to be able to replace that. Nice. Okay. Very good. Very cool. I like that. Let's try that again. Okay. Really cool. I dig this. Yeah. So you can see here we have, this is the LMAX version. And this one is just buttery smooth, really broken in nicely. Let's see about this one. How easy is this one? Yeah, pretty easy to front flip. Yeah. Pretty easy. Now I do like to have a little CME because you'll notice this little part of the blade pops up here. So you want a little CME that can protect you from that. I think that would be nice. Very comfortable. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Nothing major except that it is an M390, which is a steel I don't really have a whole bunch of from Spyderco. Or do I have anything from Spyderco and M390? I don't think so. This is my first one. So that's kind of an exclusive, if you will. Pretty cool. Now, I know someone had some big old chip on theirs. I just want to make sure there's nothing here that I'm noticing. Just going to take a quick look. Typical liners in there, right? And we got the compression lock up on top. Boy, could you imagine if they put the button lock on something like that? That would be awesome, right? I think that would be super cool. It does front flip pretty well. Yeah. Now, typically, what I'll do is I'll take apart, I'll polish the phosphor bronze washers a bit, and then we'll get in there, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I do like that. Really cool. All right, let's take a look. Let's zoom in. You guys can get a nice view of this one. Here's that DLC coated blade. You'll see the M390. It's got a nice edge, pretty even edge right there. Let's look at that edge. Let's look at the other side of the edge. Yeah, not bad. It's a little short right there. No, that's about the same. Now look at it. Hold on. Yeah, that's a pretty even edge. Even the tip is pretty even. Yeah, very nice. Okay. M390, and here is that micarta. Now, what color do they call this? Burgundy? I don't know what they call it. I don't know what color this micarta is. I'd have to look it up. I forget what the color is. Oh, maybe it says it on a little note. Does it say on here? Vibrant orange canvas micarta. So it is a canvas micarta, and it's considered to be orange, which is actually, I like the color. So I figured that would make more sense. I wasn't sure if it was orange. I didn't want to call it out, but it is a kind of a nice color. Yeah, Spyderco has been doing pretty good on some of the burlap micarta on the Capara. That's really nice. So I do like that. Really nice. Okay, like the hardware going on over there. And we got the clip over here. I'm not a fan of the clip. Definitely want to replace that for sure. What we got back there? Pretty nice there as well. Yeah. Very nice. All right, and then we see the Golden Colorado right there. Minimal billboarding. It means typical Spyderco billboarding, and their typical clip there as well, obviously. So there you go. Very, very nice. All right, let's zoom out a little bit so we can get a nice little thumbnail shot here. What do you think? Not bad. We'll look at the back of it right here as well, so you can get a nice view of that. All right, so it is a typical Spyderco. You got the compression lock. What I do notice is that sometimes the canvas tends to be a little uncomfortable, very sharp. This was not. It's well knocked down. It is pretty comfortable when you hold it. It doesn't feel awkward. It feels pretty uniform and consistent. Typically, the back spacer is going to be made out of the same material, M390, as a blade, and they'll typically treat that just like they treat the blade. So we'll have a DLC on there as well. You can see the steel liners in there, and that's definitely steel liners. That's a steel, and that's the M390, but should be pretty much steel liners in there. Yeah, so you can get a hold of that. But there is some weight relief, some holes in there, which is nice. I do like the canvas, the orange micarta. I think that's really cool. I do think that's kind of nice. All right, very, very nice. Very nice. Pretty comfortable, for sure. Really cool. Yeah, the action's not bad at all. Now, I want to check the screw real quick, because it seemed like it was a little loose. So let me, I think this is a T10 or is it T15? I forget. Yeah, okay, so let's see if this is loose at all. No, not there. On this side? No, not there either. So that's pretty solid. So I'd probably have to break the Loctite on there. Yeah, we might, it is sort of like a, what do you call it? Like a ballad song. When you have, there's a sleeve around the pivot. Wow, my brain just went. Don't know why I can't think of that. Anyways, yeah, so we'd have to take this apart and tighten it up just a hair, but not bad. It'll break in nicely. And if we do that, then we're gonna polish the washers just a little bit as well. So action's not bad. It's actually pretty decent here, I think. So there you go. All right, very cool. Interesting Shaman. I do like the black and the M390. I think that's kind of nice. I think it's a nice little addition. I had a Spy 27. That was okay. I love the L-Max here. L-Max is just stunning, right? But this one I've also had for quite a while. It's so buttery smooth. It's the most buttery smooth Spyderco I have. This one could potentially have the same, right? They typically do a nice coating, a DLC coating on where the track of the washers, the phosphoronze washers are, and where the detent is for this compression lock. There's a detent ball on there, and that's what you're breaking the detent there. So if you'll notice when I close this, you'll hear this little click. Ready? That's the detent ball going into the little detent hole. That locks the blade in place so it doesn't move. There's no detent light. Well, yeah. Now I'm almost breaking the detent. Yeah, so I can feel myself bent, pulling on it, but it's not wobbly. Oh, maybe, hold on. Oh, wait a second. It's got a lot of detent lash. That's a lot of detent lash. Now let's check the blade. Okay. You got any blade rock? We do have pivot lash here. Let's try the side here. Oh, there's some pivot lash there. It's like the milling for the pivot is much bigger. Do we have any pivot lash? We do. Interesting. Wow. Wait a second. That's a lot of lock bar rock. Can you see that? That's not good. I like a lot of things about it. I really do. And I'd love to have an M390, but that's not cool. That is not cool. I hope that's an exception. I'll have to reach out to them because don't want to do much more with this knife now. I don't like that much because that's just only going to get better. I mean, worse. See, there's no detent lash here. That blade is in there nice and solid. And I've had this one for 3-4 years. And it's buttery smooth, right? And when it closes, you hear that nice and clickety. But it's in there solid. This is not. There's a lot of detent lash right there. A lot of detent lash. That is really unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. Okay. All right. I like everything about it. I think it's really cool. It's unfortunate there's a large amount of detent lash. So we're going to stop here. I love the Shaman. Shaman, whatever you want to call it. Had a bunch of them. This is still one of my favorite hard use knives right here, and had this one probably the longest of all my Shamans here. Love this one here. Just such a great blade. This is my first specialty steel that I got from Spyderco. I think I would love this, but right now we're going to have to reach back out to Blade HQ and let them know that this is got a lot of detent lash. That's really disappointing. Okay, hopefully this is just an exception. None of you guys have the same issue. Well, let me know if you guys run into anything like this. I would love to hear from you guys, just to know if, because I know, I think Knife Center, they had a version of their S90V. I don't know if it was the Shaman or whatever, but they dropped one of theirs and it had to go back for some rework. And I don't know if this is the same. So we will see. All right. Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, maybe consider hitting that like button down below. And if you've already hit that like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing and liking the channel, it does really help me out. It allows the channel to grow, do more things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, maybe also consider hitting the notification button as well. That way you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. Some of you guys aren't notified, and that's fine if you don't want to, but some of you guys, maybe you want to see more of the content. That's one way to do it. All right, big shout out and thank you to my channel members. I appreciate you guys do two amazing things. Your encouragement, I really do appreciate that. Secondly, because of your generous support of the channel, you allow the channel to do things I didn't think we could do, and sooner, so thank you. As a result of that, I want to do two things for you guys. I want to send you a channel sticker and a thank you note to my brand new channel members. So email me your name and address so I can send you a channel sticker and a thank you note. Secondly, you are now eligible as members, if you become a member, for the once a month members exclusive giveaway. All right, so every month there will be two giveaways, the regular budget banger giveaway that we have each week, and then there'll be the second giveaway for members only. Members will be eligible for both. And I've actually seen one member win both one time. So it can happen. Yeah, that would be the members exclusive giveaway, which is not budget banger. It's usually a little nicer than a budget banger giveaway. Hopefully something you would enjoy getting as a prize or giving as a gift, right? So appreciate you guys. If any of that sounds interesting, and you say, hey, I love the sticker. I'd like to get the note. I'd love to be part of the monthly members only giveaway. I hear there's special emojis for comments and stuff. Yes, all that's true. 1 year, 2 year anniversary, all sorts of exclusive content. Absolutely true. If that sounds cool and you say, hey, I'd like to be a part of that, there is a link, like I said, down below in the description for 3 different tiers. Would love to have you. Don't feel obligated. Please, please don't do it because you feel obligated. But if you do choose to do it, thank you. Sincerely, thank you. All right. Appreciate all you guys out there. If you haven't already, maybe also check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.